Alright everybody, we are going to be going into our ELAR segment of the class. So I need you to turn on your listening ears. I need you to put on your thinking cap, wipe off those tired eyes, and be ready to learn. Give me a thumbs up when you're there. Alright, so let's see what our objective is for today. Say objective. It says, we will be able to spell words that end in at. So last week we learned about the two-letter sound at. And how do we spell the two-letter sound at? A-T, good job. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to come up with a word list. So we're going to come up with as many words as we can think of that end in the letter sound at, in the sound at. All right, so who can give me one? Yeah, hat. What about another one? Cat. That one's good. Does anybody have a pet cat at home? Yeah? Okay. What else? Bat. That's really good. Give me one more, just one more. Let's think. Sat. Sat's a good one. I heard a few more. We'll keep those in our brains for later, okay? So, now I'm going to show you what I did. I made a word web. Can you say word web? All right, so what I did is I wrote the letters A-T, our at sound, in the middle of my page, and I drew a big circle around it, okay? And then I gave it all these little lines off of it, and I had to come up with words to go at the end of those lines. And then I drew a picture to go with them. So I'll show you. Ready? So you see my at with a big circle around it, and then it's got lines. Like over here, I drew sat, so there's somebody sitting in a chair. And I drew a bat, so bat. And then we have a cat, and a mat, and a rat, and a at. So we are going to go back to our seats, and we are going to get our learning journals out, and we are going to make a word web. So I'll get you started when you sit down and you have all of your stuff together. We will start on our learning journals, okay? So go sit at your table. Okay, now draw the at in the middle of your page, real big, right in the middle of your page. And draw a circle all the way around. All right, so now get started and start writing words that end in at. Remember, it sounds like this, at. There's two letters, A and T, at. So once we get done with that, this is me just talking to you guys. So once we get done with that, we're gonna move on to a worksheet, and that will be independent work. I'll be walking around during the word webs part of the lesson, and we will be talking about, I'll have them read their words to me and tell me how they're spelling them. Then they'll have to show their brain buddies, and then I'll bring them back to the carpet where we will go over a few more ways to do like another word list, except for I'll have magnetic letters on the board, and they'll say at, and I'll have the at written in expo marker, and they'll be moving the magnetic letters to the at. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I'm pretty sick right now. But they'll move the letter and complete the word, because we're just working on their CVC spelling. So my objective for myself is students will be able to spell the CVC consonant vowel consonant pattern pertaining to the end sound at. So for their worksheet, it's gonna look something like this. This is just something I drew, but it'll have a box with 3, and then they'll have letter options at the top, and they're gonna cut all of these out, and then I'll have them glue AT in the second and third box, and then I'm gonna tell them to make the word bat, and they have to move the B there, and then I'll walk around, I'll have them show their buddies, and then I'll say, okay, now clear it, now make the word cat, and they'll put the C there. And then at the end, I'll have them choose their favorite at word out of the letters that they have that they can make, and glue it there so it'll be a full word, so it could say hat. And then I'll have them write it in their own handwriting here, and then I will have them draw a picture here. So after they do that, after they have them all glued down, they're gonna show 2 of their brain buddies, and their brain buddies have to check their work for them. That's like self-check, but also getting some insight from a neighbor. And then they have to come show me, and then once they show me, they'll put it in their like mailbox or wherever they're turning it in, and that will be what I use for my exit ticket. But since this is a secondary part of the lesson, since we've already gone over the like VC version of at, so they already have at down, we're just introducing the at family words. And then I'll probably end up hanging up those papers of their word webs in the classroom so that they can keep practicing their at words. And then we'll develop there to go to like OG words or AS words, or I don't know, but you guys get it. So yeah, that's about it. And then I will say, I think I have an exit thing. If not, this will be edited out. Oh, I can also say this. The way I'm getting this I'm hitting the kinesthetic learning, hitting visual, and I'm hitting auditory, because they'll hear it with us going over k, at, and h, at, and then I'll have them cut out things and move them, or move them on the board, and that gets the tactile kinesthetic learning. And then visual, they'll be able to see it by writing it, or see it by me writing it on the board, so it'll hit every single one, which is a good way to differentiate for our ELL students and also just our new students in general, because you have to think I'm teaching kindergarten, so they're learning too. So yep, that's it.